Hello, I went to a Bible study at work last week and I discovered something that I think will be of interest to you, just like it was to me. We were looking at the book of Esther. Esther was a Jewish girl who didn't have a mother, father, was staying with her uncle, and she was a beautiful girl. Because of her beauty, she became queen. She got access to the palace. Now, the palace is a symbol of power, a symbol of privilege, a symbol of access to authority. So many of us had access to the palace maybe through your corporation, or maybe it's through your family, or maybe it's through your beauty, or maybe through some friends that you have. You have some access to power or privilege. But in order to get that, she felt that she had to hide her identity as a Jew. So many times we want to be politically correct and maybe conceal that we're a Christian. But what Esther found is that in order to fulfill her destiny and in order to save her people, she had to expose the fact that she was a Jew. And I find it also interesting that's in contrast to the story of Moses. So the story of Moses, Moses grew up in privilege. Moses grew up in the house of Pharaoh. He was as if he was the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He grew up with access to the best education and the finest of things in the palace. But once Moses realized his identity, he left the palace. And it wasn't until then that he could fulfill his destiny that God had prepared for him. So sometimes we need to expose our identity before we can access to our destiny in the palace. Other times we have to actually leave the palace before we can achieve our destiny.